So now you've counted it down.
Alright, excellent. So somebody do a startup, you know.
We can edit this.
Alright, hi, this is Nick, James, and Luke. This is our first podcast, Outside the Box, where we come up with outside-the-box solutions to real-world problems.
Yes, sir.
And our first topic today is world hunger. Anyone? Got anything?
Well, see you next week.
Oh, seriously though, world hunger. How can we fix world hunger? I mean, where in the world are they hungry?
Alright, well...
Africa.
Africa, yeah.
Well,
Maybe they should move their homes closer to food.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you know, what do we know about Africa? Yeah. They like to hunt animals, right?
Yeah.
Kill them,
Yeah.
chop them up, eat them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Not to mention, who are these dudes that are starving anyway? What, just random tribes that just kind of don't have anything? Where in Africa exactly? We haven't done our research.
Well, I can do some.
Because every time somebody says, "Oh, you know, people in Africa," everyone always references people in Africa, but I'm sure there are other people starving in the world. You ever get that? You get a little bit of food left over and says, "You know, there's starving people in Africa."
Yeah, but... Yeah.
Why does Africa get all the attention and everybody else is getting nothing?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Because
sure.
I'm pretty sure there are some pretty, full stomachs in Africa.
Yeah.
And there's probably some pretty empty stomachs in, Norway. I don't know.
So,
One solution. I was in Perth. I can't remember when. I was in the city, and just out the front of the pizza shop there, I think it's Pizza Hut. There was two homeless guys. Now if you're homeless, that is one prime spot to set up your little begging corner, right?
yeah.
Because hardly anyone ever finishes a full pizza once they order it. Because everyone goes in there, right? Oh, I want the barbecue chicken, starving, and they always leave a couple of pieces. Like, if I order pizza, there'll always be a couple of pieces left in the fridge, and then I'll heat it up the next day. But if I'm out in the city, obviously I'm not going to get that baggie and take it home. So I reckon those homeless guys are getting fed better than I was. And not only that, but the selection. They're not getting the same pizza over and over.
Yeah,
They're getting a number of different pizzas, slices.
All drowned in
Be
basil.
it as it is, second hand. But that's a great place for like a homeless person to set up and get fed. And lose change after pizza as well. I'm sure they get some of that.
Just as
They can buy their alcohol.
As an aside, wasn't that when we all went to that Pizza Hut there during Supernova?
Yeah, that was
And
it.
I asked if we should have given the homeless guys our leftover pizza,
and we
didn't.
didn't. Yeah, well, they didn't look like the friendliest people.
Yeah.
But
So maybe-
they definitely look well fed.
Well, maybe that's one of the take-home lessons out of all this. Maybe if homeless people made an effort to look more approachable, maybe...
To be fair, when we were walking back from that party we had the other week, the cruise,
Yeah.
and there was that homeless guy just like taking stuff out of his trolley or whatever. I got a little bit like, oh man, what's going to happen here? Should I keep my distance or should I? Because we were walking past with food. Remember, we had
Yeah.
containers of food. We
I was
probably
dropping
could've
cupcakes all over the
given- Yeah, we
place.
probably could have given him some of that rice, but
Yeah.
all we've exposed is that we're terrible people. So we definitely. Oh.
Well, hey, I'm reading here, right? And this lady says that it's not even so much that African children rather aren't getting enough food. It's just that they're not getting the right type of food. So it's a whole new game now.
What are they getting? What type of food are they getting exactly?
I don't know. It's something that can obviously sustain them, but obviously not enough protein or.
Well, on the ad it says they have to walk 2 hours to get water.
Yeah.
Move.
Yeah.
You got to move your house close to the water, man.
just mount your house. I mean, it's only like a straw hut anyway. It's not as if it's exactly rooted to the ground.
You're suggesting they can pull up the foundation and just move.
Yeah, with a lifetime of malnourishment, I don't know if they're going to have the strength to dismantle even a straw house, Luke.
Yeah.
But, I mean, every inch they move closer to the water is 1 inch they don't have to walk every day. And I'm sure they'll be much happier once they get.
But you might be missing something else. It might be that, if they move closer to the water, they're moving further away from the food or something.
Well, I'm sure they can just set up an outpost in between the water and whatever it is.
So that might be what they have going.
But doesn't your body adapt to that lifestyle? So like basically, if you were to live like that for 20 odd years, and then all of a sudden some dudes pick you up in a helicopter, and go, come with us, come to the city where it's good. We've got food, we've got cigarettes, we've got alcohol. Could that do more harm than good? Is the question.
Yeah, because I don't want to sound insensitive, but walking all that way for water, and isn't that how humans all used to live before?
That's a good point. Yeah, because that's true.
Before we started plumbing, building houses and
Yeah.
having water piped into it.
I didn't even want to stand up to get my phone a minute ago, let alone have to walk 2 hours to get water. So, but the same deal though. If we got taken out of our lifestyle and got plonked in apparently an African tribe that's got to walk 2 hours to get water, we probably wouldn't survive.
Oh no, we'd be gone.
Yeah, whether or not we would have the will to want to live while doing that is another question. But So yeah. So we really haven't come up. The only solutions we've really come up with so far is A, move your house, or B, move your house next to a pizza shop.
Well, do they have Domino's in Africa?
I wouldn't think so. Well, I'd say no. Domino's is an Australian brand, isn't it?
No.
Pizza Hut is definitely American.
What if we started airdropping Domino's pizzas onto poor villages in Africa?
I mean, boxes of them.
Yeah.
I think wouldn't they rather like dry rice? Oh, but then they got to walk 2 hours for their water to cook the rice.
Yeah.
It's still like dropping canned food, not giving them a can opener.
Then they got to construct a
Airdrop water,
fire to boil the water.
Yeah. Well, where else?
No wonder
I bet
this hasn't been solved yet. It's pretty hard.
Yeah. So
We've been on this for a whole 7 minutes now, and we still aren't much closer to solving it than we were at the beginning.
Well, what is their diet? I'm curious now.
Okay.
Has anyone been looking that up while we've been talking shit?
I haven't been doing any research. No.
Stuff up, but hang on, I'll check out African child.
There's a computer right in front of me, but I didn't want the keystrokes on the keyboard to...
Have you seen that? You've seen those ads, the $2 a day ads, where they do like $2 a day can go a long way.
Yeah.
And it's just the most sickly looking African kid they get, and then they have this doctor that just comes up and they're like, is this kid going to survive? Are you getting enough help? He says, no, it's not enough help.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I know. Well, yeah.
Have you donated?
Me?
Yeah.
Not specifically to that.
What was the last thing you donated to?
To Relay for Life, when we did that.
But did you actually donate?
Yeah, I donated quite a bit to that.
Did I donate? I think so.
I was trying to get our team into the top 10.
How did that work?
Yeah.
You paid the registration fee.
Yeah, that's a donation, right?
So to speak.
I took.
Yeah.
In.
I purchased some Life straws. Oh, actually, where did I go shopping? I think it was Super Cheap Auto or something. I bought something that was like $29.99 or whatever, and they asked me if I wanted to round it up to $30 and have the 1 cent as a donation to whatever charity they were supporting.
1
And I
cent.
said, yeah. And they did it.
Well,
Those Nigerian kids will be.
It adds up.
Hey,
It adds up, alright? I mean,
what would they do without that 1 fucking cent?
hey, look, hey, it's better than zero, Luke. And like I said, really.
what are you going to say? No, give me my 1 cent.
Yeah, exactly. You can't say no.
Yeah.
I do miss that 1 cent.
That didn't even happen, did it?
It did happen.
They said that once. Would you like to donate that 1 cent?
Yeah, would you like to round it up? The 1 cent would be a donation. They have these barcodes on there that they scan for the different like rounding amounts.
And they normally round it down.
and it comes out on your receipt as part of the transaction.
And they normally round it down.
Well, normally if you let's say you pay for something that's $29.99, and you pay by your card, they're going to charge you $29.99 exactly, which I paid with my card.
Right.
But because I had it rounded up, it charged me exactly $30, or it might have been 40 or
And did
whatever.
you claim that on your tax?
No,
That
because it doesn't meet the
donation?
minimum $2.
They looked into it. Huh? Oh boy. So did you find out what diet they're on?
Not yet. This article keeps harping on about random shit. Doesn't really tell me. I'm going to keep reading and see what I can.
Well, give us some information from the article so we can analyze it.
Nigeria, it says, 94% of families cited prices as their most pressing concern, and nearly a third of parents said that they had taken children out of school and sent them out to work to help pay for food.
What jobs, I wonder?
Maybe working in the blood diamond trade.
Yeah,
You see any diamond here?
yeah, well.
Rounding up for charity. That's a...
Oh yeah? And they're getting 1 cent off all these people.
Here we go.
Well, if you think...
I'm sorry to interject here. The analysis says over half of all children in poor countries only eat 3 food items: staples, such as cassava, which has no nutritional value, a pulse, such as peas, and a vegetable, usually green leaves. This lack of nutrition leaves their bodies starved of crucial minerals, blah, 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 blah. Means their brains and bodies do not develop properly. So there you go. In Africa, they eat leaves, fact, cassava, whatever the hell that is. Does anyone know what that is?
No.
Nope.
Okay, I'll Google it soon. And mushed peas.
Mushed peas.
I'm assuming they're mushed.
Well, don't insert your assumptions into...
Do whatever I like.
Alright, well maybe they need to establish, agriculture.
Right.
So hang on. Look, according to this, a cassava is like a woody shrub.
Well, hang on, Africa has a pretty long coastline.
He said Nigeria, didn't he?
Well, Africa as a continent.
Africa is a continent, I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, what's your point?
Well, you've heard the saying, feed a man a fish, and every day teach him it.
So we
We
should
teaching fishing.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if they developed a fishing economy,
Maybe we should go over there with our prawn farm idea.
yeah,
So what you're saying
But
is that
first of all, the labour would be cheap.
yeah.
Not that it's, kids working for you. Secondly, the land would be... I presume the land would be cheap.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure, we scrape together some money. And, yeah.
Could this be the future of, you look into infinity, profiteering off of
Nigeria.
African poverty?
Yeah.
Well, it's out. We put it out there now, so I'm sure
Might as
people
well
will
do it.
be on board.
Hey,
Investors.
it's well now.
If we got any listeners that are interested in investing in our idea, it might not ever get off the ground. But if you want to just donate us money,
Yeah, sponsor a business trip to Africa.
email in to our email address if we have them. Do we even have them?
Yeah, I'll get something sorted.
Or what is it going to be named for the future reference?
I don't know, I'll just insert it here.
Don't we have one for looking to infinity?
Yeah, but there's this whole...
Oh, cool, James. Give me your number.
Yeah, I'll give you guys my number. Just wait till the end of the podcast.
So
Yeah,
okay, we
which
have
is now officially our looking to infinity number because we gave it to everyone at that comic book convention. Or if anyone listening is after comic books, we also have a truckload of those that we got off a guy from work.
Yeah.
If you want to go and buy them, we priced most of them. If you're into any of that kind of stuff, drop us an email. Call James.
If you just want to swing by 114 Lyfander,
And then add, just in case.
Yeah. We can hook you up with your comic book needs.
Yeah. So we not only solve world problems, we have comics.
Yeah.
oh, and stamps.
Yeah, and stamps.
But who would you, who is the richest, basically, country? Clearly not Africa.
Okay, yes, Africa's poor. Like,
Yeah.
they need to sort their lives out, go fishing every day. Essentially, they need to move under the sea. to solve all their problems.
Richest
So-
country would be the United States, I
But
think.
seawater you can filter, right?
I'll
Per
Google it.
capita, I think, is Qatar.
Because would they have their water sorted then? Because you can filter seawater, right? To
Yeah,
be drinkable.
with life straws, which is another cause I donated to.
Where are they sending life straw? So what's a life straw?
It's just a straw that you sip out of it, and as you do, it filters the water. So you
Really?
can just
Well,
sip
anyway.
straight out of.
Toilet.
Not sea
Well,
water,
it
right?
I think it filters salt.
What about the
No
toilet?
way. You'd need like a. There's like a process you need to get rid of salt from water.
Reverse osmosis or
Can't
something.
you boil it out or
Well,
something?
I'll look. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can distill it.
Yeah, but not through a straw. Not like on the fly.
Well, yeah, it's just
Bear Grylls does the old enema.
so it's just
Salty asshole.
an ionic compound. I'm sure there are ways to make it to make it solidify.
Well,
Is that what they call that process, the salty asshole?
yeah. Or you just jam seawater up your ass.
Surely that can't be good for you.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. It's dirty water with no salt.
And what happens when you go to take a dump?
You just shit out all the water that you took in.
Oh boy, that's not pretty. Because I mean, realistically, right? After he did that, first of all, the cameraman must have felt uncomfortable having to take him
Yeah, but
do that. Secondly, once they like airlifted him out of there, if I remember correctly, on a helicopter.
Something like that. Yeah.
So then he was just like, you wonder if he just hung his ass outside the helicopter and just, you know,
Just kept the runs going.
that should have been the fade out shot right there.
Oh man.
With that theme music they play at the end when he's rescued or whatever. Put me in charge of that show. I'll get you
yeah, no,
ratings.
salt water will not be removed. So
Oh.
it's got to be, I guess, fresh water, but it'll filter out the bacteria, or it'll kill the bacteria.
Well, here's an idea. Let's invent one that just filters out salt. How hard can it be?
And then you chain that to a life straw, and then you've got a complete package.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to knock off the life straw.
Well,
and we're going to call it the salty
knock
asshole.
off.
Okay.
That's such a bad word. Like we're improving it.
Yeah.
Okay. Another idea that we're never going to pursue.
I don't know. I got a name for it already.
So anyway, you donated to this life straw.
Yeah.
How much did you donate?
Like about $15.
How much do you reckon they go for?
They're about $5 each.
Who do they give them to? Africa. They wanted food. They got sent straws.
Well, they wanted to be able to drink water.
Yeah.
Now they can. I don't know where they went specifically.
Interestingly enough, I always thought I figured when they says they need to walk 2 hours to water, I always thought there was just some sort of well that was. Why do I always think they're walking? I reckon in the ad, it's got one walking to and from a well.
Yeah. They did.
So you're saying send them.
So they need a really long one if they want to sip out of the well.
Yeah, why don't
Why
they instead of giving them an individual one, why don't they just do some sort of filter system? Wouldn't that? I mean, how much does it cost for each of these straws? Couldn't they just build some sort of filter system for them?
I guess they could do that, but it's not as nice as having a.
That's true. You get your name on it and everything.
Well,
I wonder if that'll ever become if it catches on so much that they get so many straws that it becomes currency and they trade. Just like in a prison.
then you'd have like all those
Yeah.
smiley warlords just like piling
Yeah,
up
exactly. Sitting, lining on a pile of straws, saying, "I run this."
Welcome to my clan.
Yeah, exactly. We really should have watched Blood Diamond as a research.
Either
tool.
that or Captain Phillips.
Captain Phillips. That was Somalian pilots, was it? Pirates, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were from the same continent that world hunger is kind of centered around.
Well, there's
to
another.
the best of
poor-
our knowledge.
And he was
I
pretty
can't believe-
skinny.
I'm pretty sure Somalia's pretty poor as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they, resort to kidnapping Captain Phillips is because he's,
Rich white man.
yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Nobody get hurt.
Tom Hanks, huh? Is he kissing that movie?
Probably pissed himself.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah.
So could not another country really help them out or is it just they have nothing to offer? Is that the deal?
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not in charge of.
No, I'm not. I
Yeah,
didn't do any
you
more
don't
research
even
for this
get
than you
You
did.
don't even have a seat at the table.
Let's see what.
Oh, well. They never invited me back after
They didn't invite you at
the
all.
unpleasantness. Yeah, they didn't invite me at all either.
Anyway.
Well, maybe we should hold some kind of summit
Oh
Yeah,
my
you
god.
think so?
on world hunger.
I tried to identify like the worst country in Africa by typing in world's biggest loser country.
Oh, Jesus.
I got a Quora question.
You know this is getting recorded, Luke.
I got a Quora question which says, which country has the most number of losers in the world? Is it India?
Yeah.
Oh, there's got to be a funny answer to this.
So that's the only one you thought it would be right to mention, India.
So if you're listening to this and you're about to give Luke his psych assessment for the police force, just be aware that this is his true character.
I like a police psychologist would have bother listening to this crap.
Right.
They would have turned it off in the first 5 minutes. In fact, if you're still listening, we're pleasantly surprised.
Well, they probably.
If you're still listening, email in. Tell us why. Because
Well, they'd do a background check, wouldn't they? You'd think if they Googled his name and a podcast came up, they might give it a listen, just to...
Well, this isn't exactly psychotic. I mean, it's rude, maybe, but...
Yeah, it is rude.
But I mean, you can't...
have you listened to some of the other podcasts that are out there? This is tame compared to some of the psychopaths
Oh, yeah.
that sit in front of a microphone and just talk about their crazy ideas.
Isn't that what we're doing?
Well, but there's a little more crazy than that. At least we have a comedy element, or at least I think we do. If we do, email in, let us know.
Okay, I'll rephrase this to world's...
Anyway, what's the core answer?
It was just someone, some PC guy saying, "How dare you call people losers?" Blah blah blah. blah.
PC thug.
Yeah, I'd call him a greasy thug.
Mm.
The Central African Republic are among the worst countries to live in. So that would include Congo, Chad, and Sudan.
Yeah.
How about some sort of seed that you plant that can grow anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got to engineer some sort of seed that you can plant anywhere. You water it, and then because we've come a long way in science, right?
Yeah, sure.
So that you water it right, and it just grows to some sort of food that has
Magical
got
fruit
every.
has all the
It's like a giant vitamin kind
Yeah.
of thing that will fill you up. It doesn't need to taste good. Just need to get your,
It's
daily
your
dose of
exact
everything.
recommended daily intake of every nutrient.
It's like a vitamin tablet, but it's some sort of food. Don't they create some sort of something like that?
I mean,
Should we be working on that?
I would like to be working on those sort of things, but unfortunately...
Working in a warehouse.
Yeah.
Well,
That's part of it.
that's an outside the box idea. Can't we? I'm sure we could swing that somehow. Someone could. Or
Well,
maybe it has been invented. Let's turn it into a conspiracy podcast, yeah?
Yeah, big
Maybe it has
pharma.
been invented, but the government, people, the American government, are keeping it from us.
Big Pharma.
Yeah.
Covering it all up as usual.
tell us
It's
the
just
truth,
one big
Obama.
cover-up.
Is this...
And we still haven't
Your
seen his
back
birth certificate. Where was he born?
Was it Kenya? Was it the United States?
Might have even been Sudan.
I don't know.
By the way, we're Australian, we really don't care. Although, I don't know, what's your stance on Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton? I mean,
Even if I were going to vote, I would vote for Hillary Clinton.
under what grounds?
mainly that she's not Donald Trump.
Why don't you vote for someone who's not Donald Trump but is also not Hillary Clinton?
What Hillary Clinton should do? Right?
Because I think she'd be the better candidate out of all of them anyway.
Fair enough.
The angle should be, instead of building a wall between Mexico and the US, how about an escalator? Giant escalator.
An escalator into nowhere.
It goes to nowhere. Like, you can get on it, and you're gonna fall off.
But if you
You
survive
might
the
die.
fall,
You might die, but you might survive.
and if
You
you
might
survive the
fall on
fall, you
somebody
get to
else.
become a citizen.
And then you're a citizen. There's some sort of,
That's an idea for you to put up your sleeve.
Yeah, you go.
Trump, if you're listening.
DT, if you're listening.
Donny T.
Call him T-Man.
Maybe spin that angle, get a couple more voters on your side. Yes, at least we get some escalator manufacturers on your side, because they'll be
Not Mexican escalator.
they'll be competing for that
but,
contract.
Schindler.
Yeah.
Otis.
And that, yeah.
If you guys are listening, this
Email
is-
Send us money. Well,
This could be the biggest contract in your company's history.
Yeah. And remember where it started? On a podcast called Outside the Box, where the original topic was world hunger.
Which we already solved, by the way, by moving houses, living under the sea, and, super crops.
Yeah, and also, isn't this the coin tree out of your safe?
Yeah, where did that come from?
That was in the Nintendo bag.
Oh.
They say they got a problem with the border guards over there not being able to, or at least, what is their problem? I wonder? Are they getting paid off by the Mexican mafia, or they just can't cover the whole border?
Who? What?
I say invest in individual jetpacks. Any thoughts on that?
Well, that would make it easier for the Mexicans to get over the borders if they had jetpacks.
No, I mean invest in them for the
Make a
border
wall,
guards.
Oh, for the guards, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what they really need to do is build a wall,
Yeah.
make
Might be
Mexico
cheaper to
pay
build a
for
wall.
it.
Yeah.
It'd be cheaper to
But
get
I'm
Mexico to
pretty,
pay for the
didn't he sit
jetpacks
down
as
with
well.
the dude, and the Mexican guy was like, no, we're not paying for it.
I don't
It's
know.
not a good deal for us.
I don't know. I mean, we've all seen the movie The Three Burials of Melquiades Estrada. When,
Great film.
Yeah, Barry
Maybe
Pepper was a border
his
guard.
bargaining chip was, I'll put you on the apprentice. You get your shot.
Yeah, I'd take
Finally. You take the
What, the
deal.
Mexican president?
Yeah.
You
You get your shot. Your apprentice. You get
think he'd sell out his people? Change.
Listen here,
Probably
boy. You have 30
for a
minutes.
game show where he has to compete with the likes of,
You know,
what's that crazy dude? Oh, I can't remember his name. He was on that show, I'm sure.
Was-
The guy that was
the one who
Lee-
got the answer wrong to the 8 times
No, the one that was in. He was Mr. Joshua in Lethal Weapon. What was it?
Mel
Lethal Weapon
Gibson?
2.
I don't know.
No, the blonde dude, Gary Busey. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure Gary Busey was on there. Imagine
Yeah.
competing with that guy.
You know, Daryl Strawberry was on the Celebrity Apprentice one time.
Really?
Yeah. And apparently, my mum said his personality, he really had like an ass-kissing personality in real
Just
life.
like in The Simpsons. Daryl.
Sure will, Skip. Yeah, I saw Gary Busey on The Apprentice, actually, I think. And also Meatloaf was on there. And
Meatloaf.
yeah, you remember that guy, the fat guy?
Yeah, I know the fat guy.
Meatloaf.
Yeah, he got really angry at Gary Busey.
Yeah.
You've got to find the scene on YouTube, it's hilarious. In fact, I'm going to look for it right now.
He wasn't
Meatloaf
even
just-
Gary Busey, or was it? Like, turns out, wasn't even this
Gary
guy.
Busey looked like the sane one in that, somehow, like in that whole...
He's been on everything, man. My mum was watching this show. I can't remember. It's called like Drew something.
Drew Barrymore.
Not Drew Barrymore. It's shit. What is it? It's where he's like a drug rehabilitation center kind of thing.
Like,
Dr. Drew, right? And
You
Gary
took
Busey was
Gary-
on that, man. That guy gets on every reality TV show. Has he been on The Real Life? I'm sure he's been on.
He's been on Point Break,
Alright, I've got the
the
episode.
movie.
We've got the YouTube vid here, which maybe we can
Cameras.
superimpose into our thing, but it's just Meatloaf losing his shit at Gary Busey.
Talk about going off topic, yeah.
We'll get back to world hunger after this. This is a video.
Yeah, it's coming.
I wouldn't even approach that man right now. He uses energy jar.
Okay. So we just wasted the listeners' time by watching that clip.
But we've come away with
The deeper
knowledge
understanding
that Meatloaf is clinically insane.
I honestly presume that nobody is now listening after that
Oh,
long silence. Although, are we going to chuck the clip in there or what?
it may as well superimpose it.
Yeah, because otherwise
That
the
doesn't make
last
no
20
sense.
minutes were wasted because everyone's now left. If they hadn't already. You know,
wait, so let's be honest.
educational crap. Anyhow, how far are we in anyway?
We've been recording for 34 minutes and 41 seconds.
Or should we make it a 40-minute podcast?
Alright.
We've got 6 minutes left.
Well, we've got like
This
40 minutes of material. But
This would
fine.
be where normally we, open,
Oh, yeah.
read mail from the
Viewers mail.
listeners.
Well, let's just read someone else's mail because we don't.
Yeah.
Alright, go get some of your dad's mail and we'll...
We strongly recommend, that you email in because otherwise this
Otherwise-
segment is just going to be the same thing every week. Us pretending open viewers mail.
Alright, so I have a gas bill here.
No. I got something even better. Justin Bieber answers fan questions, so we will answer those same questions.
Yeah, okay. Let's answer his fan questions.
Who do you turn to for career advice?
Generally, my father. How about you, James?
Well, part of my problem is that I've never really turned to anyone for career advice, and as such, I have no career to speak of, so I can't really give a good answer to that.
Luke?
You're gonna have to say my dad as well.
Maybe you should start talking to your dad, James.
I guess so.
What's your next one?
Let's see.
As soon as we do get viewer mail in, it's going to be 50. Are you guys serious? And then, so we're not going to read that out on here, so don't bother sending it in. We'll answer it now. Yes. Yes, we are serious.
Who do you turn to when you fight with your parents?
I normally just... I don't really fight with my parents very often. And when I do, I just kind of shrug it off and get on with my life. How are you, James?
Yeah, same thing.
Oh, Luke?
I can't remember the last fight I've had with my parents. I mean, I don't. Okay, this is a shit question. Let's move on to the next one.
What did Justin Bieber say?
Oh, Justin Bieber said. Should I do like an impersonation?
No,
Just say it.
Friends are the best to turn to when you're having a rough day. And he's got a photo like this.
Oh, Jesus. Alright, what's the next question?
Let's see. Well, we could adapt this one, obviously, because we're not, musicians. Oh, God, I ran out of battery. Oh.
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Well, how long we got left?
I have a question, though, which I've morphed.
Sure.
If you could meet with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
James?
I don't want to start on this one. I'm going to need some time to think it over.
Ooh.
Alright, let me just throw one off the top of my head here. Dead or alive, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Luke, you got anything?
Oh, damn. All right. Buck has passed to me.
Wouldn't yours be Roger Ebert?
Oh yeah, it'd be my
Is he
hero,
alive?
Roger Ebert. He's dead.
Oh, well. There you go.
Yeah.
Roger Ebert. What would you ask Roger Ebert?
You wouldn't want to waste it on someone who's alive. This question, 'cause there's a chance you're gonna meet them. What would I ask? Oh, is that part of the question? What would I ask him?
Yeah, sure. Why
Did
not?
he really think Mulholland Drive deserved 4 stars out of 4? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know. I'd probably talk to either my grandpa or my auntie who both passed away of cancer, not to bring it down. But I feel like I've talked to most people in my family because then when they died when I was quite young, I never knew a whole lot about them or I can't remember. So it'd be nice to kind of get to know them. You know what I mean? Luke?
Let's see. Bruce Lee.
And
I knew it was going to be Bruce Lee.
what would you
What
ask?
would you ask Bruce Lee? Ask him what happened the night when he died.
Maybe I'd send him a message to avoid that aspect.
And then he'd shrug at you and you walk off.
Or he'd probably
He'd walk.
roundhouse kick me through the wall.
You think so?
Maybe. Okay, let's see. I'd ask him if he was really, what's the word? Discriminated against because he was Asian at that restaurant, from Dragon the Bruce Lee story.
Why don't you ask him to sign your copy of Dragon the Bruce Lee story on VHS?
And your game on.
That'll be my second request.
Well, you've already met one of your other heroes,
Kevin
Kevin
Sorbo.
Sorbo.
What a guy. How's he? Oh, I can't-
What a guy! Yeah. It's not like he spends all his time on Twitter posting,
Crazy
gun
stuff.
nut shit. Yeah. He's a real sensible guy.
I would look up what he's doing now, but my phone's off.
What about Michael Hurst? I'd follow him.
Yeah, Michael Hurst. He seemed
Now
like
there's
much better
a
guy.
hero you can say watch to.
Michael Hurst, if you're listening to this,
Send us an email.
send us an
Tell
email.
us how you're doing.
Let's catch up.
And then let us know if you want to do a guest.
Next time you're in
speaking on
Perth,
the podcast,
you know.
Yeah. And if anyone else in Perth wants to be on our podcast and, put in your 2 cents, by all means, email in and send us a picture. And if you look sane, we'll get back to you. If you look like Gary Busey, we might just ignore it.
I thought we concluded Gary Busey was the sane one.
Well,
Of the
in
two
a room
of
of
them.
him and me, Jesus. How long we got left?
Oh, we've done it. We're at 40 minutes and 37 seconds.
Alright, well then let's just wrap it up.
All right.
This is, thanks for listening to our podcast. Want to get in touch? You can find our email somehow, or you can call James. And thanks for listening to our podcast from me, James, and Luke.
And see you next week, I guess.
Yeah, or next month.